Dang, I chested it too. That's alright.
What'd you grab it for?
On camera.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't got much loaded up last week. I've just been crazy busy with work and everything else going on. I just haven't really had time to do any videos, even really any work at all, to be honest with you. I did go to the junkyard, pull a motor out of a truck. That's actually what's behind me now, here on the floor. The transmission, I don't know if it's good, I hope it is, but it's a 480 Jasper. The motor's a 6.0 with 600 and, I don't know, like 610 or something like that, 1,000 miles on it. So it's pretty high, but anyway, we got a good deal on it, so that's why I got it. But the motor is, I would say locked up because it still turns, but it doesn't turn very freely. So there's obviously something going on with the main bearings or the rod bearings or something somewheres, you know, and it could just be rusted. It's been sitting for a while, so who knows? If it got rained inside of, I don't know. But anyway, we're basically gonna need to tear it down and figure out what's going on with it. I gotta get the motor stand out of the other garage. Not garage, just a little storage spot that I got outside. But I need to take that out, bring it in here, so we can put this motor on the motor stand, get it torn apart. So I think for now, what I'm going to do is pull the truck out and, well, actually I might leave the truck in with it being dark and shit. I don't know. I might just leave it in, but for now I think I'm going to try to get this motor torn apart from the transmission and then put it on the motor stand. So let's get to it. Well, guys, got the harness torn off. We still got the fuse box here. The harness torn off. I think I forgot to get the cap for that, actually. But anyway, we got that all torn off, ready to be put away. I have a few more things to tear apart before I can take this transmission and motor and separate it. But I need to... Actually, I'm probably going to call my buddy Joe, because I don't know how these fuel rails come off. I'm pretty sure you have to have a special tool to get that rail off. Holy crap, I just seen a big spider on this thing. Look at this spider, hold on. Look at that thing. Whoa. I think that's a brown recluse, I don't really know though. Anyway, we'll have to kill that, so. Alright, well, let me get back at it. Figure out how to get this fuel rails off real quick. Well, I looked it up online. You need a special tool to get the fuel out, which I knew that. I don't even know why I had to look it up. I already knew that. I had a few of them somewhere around this garage, and I guess I lost them. I don't know where the hell they went, but I guess I'll have to go pick up some more tomorrow, some of those tools. But for now, I think we're just gonna unbolt the whole thing, basically. Joe told me, he's like, the easiest way to do it without having the tool is just unbolt the whole fuel rail off of the whole entire intake. So, or just pull the whole intake as one. So, we'll let's see where we get with this, but I really like to get this thing done and like on the motor stand tonight, or engine stand tonight. So we're gonna push as hard as we can to get this thing done. I mean, I should be able to. It doesn't take shit to do. I mean, it took me less than 30 minutes to pull the harness off. So, and you know, I don't have much farther to go here. So we're gonna try to separate these. The only downfall to separating them is getting to that torque converter bolts is gonna suck, only because the motor doesn't really want to turn by hand. So that's gonna be fun, but we'll see what we can do. But let's get to it. Let's see if we can lift this off with one hand or not. It's gonna be kind of hard because there we go. What else we got hanging? Hose here. Ouch. Shit, that hurt. Okay. That's pretty gross. And takes off. I think it's pretty dirty. That is. I mean, the inside is probably pretty good, but underneath of that, acorns and shit everywhere, and spider. I'm sure there's spiders infested. We're gonna vacuum some of this up so it doesn't fall down in those holes. We're gonna go ahead and pull the accessory assembly apart. Accessory assembly, pulleys, whatever you want to call it. The whole front end. We're gonna take off the motor. We're gonna pull the AC pump. I just pulled off the water pump. That's what all those bugs are behind. See, they're still right there. But anyway, also power steering pump, AC pump, all that stuff. Anyway, I gotta pull it off, get all that weight off the front of this motor so we can go ahead and put this on the engine stand. But we're almost there. Let's I'm gonna pull this apart. I'm gonna switch the camera view so you guys can see what I'm doing on this side. It's a little dark on this side, but I think you should be able to see what I'm doing. So just bear with me here. We're gonna try to take the heads off, look down inside there, see if we can see what or why it's seized. You know, maybe it's got a broken piston, maybe it's got a broken rod. You know, it could have a broken rod, and I don't really know. It could even just be a seized crank. You know, the crank itself, one of the bearings on it, the main bearing, it could be seized. I don't know. It just could be rusted. Who knows? Let's pull the head off, kind of see where we're at with it first, and go from there. Because otherwise, we're gonna make a mess pulling the transmission apart from the motor, because the torque converter is going to have to stay attached to the flywheel, and then it's just going to get train fluid everywhere, and I don't really want that. So let's try to get these heads off real quick and see what we're working with. Yeah, I'd say we got a little bit of rust down in there. That is, yeah, it's pretty cool, I'll tell you. I mean, we're definitely going to be rebuilding this motor because it is full of water in there. I bet it got just poured down because it didn't have a hood on it, so I'm sure it's full of water in there. Or full of rust now for sure, so let's take it apart the rest of the way and find out. Well, as you guys can see, we got it mostly torn apart. I'm gonna call it a night because I'm pretty worn out, tired. Like I said, I work 55-hour weeks, sometimes a lot more. So, but usually on average, I'm 55-hour weeks. So I only come home and work for a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours, and then I usually call it a night. And pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna call it a night tonight. It's about 9:20 or so. So I've been out for about 2.5 hours. Well, yeah, 2 hours, 20 minutes, somewhere around there. 2.5. But we got it pretty much ready to torn down. I mean, all I gotta do now is just put it on the motor stand. And once I get it on the motor stand, then we're not motor stand, I'm sorry, cherry picker. I'll lift it up in the air, pull the oil pan off, kind of look at what's going on down there, because it's still not turning by hand. I'm thinking that, because I can see, here, let me show you if you can see it or not. There is a lot of rust on this camshaft. I mean, it is. So I think a lot of water got down in there from sitting out in the yard. It was out in this scrap yard for a long time since, well, when I looked at the sticker, it said 2017 was the last oil change and when the next oil change was going to be. So it's been out there for a while, but if you look down this one, let's see if we can get down in there. So that one's pretty clean. You can see where it's been running on the camshaft, or that lifter's been running on it. But back here, it is rusty. It is, I mean, it's pretty bad. So we're gonna assume that, like the camshaft is rusted for one, but we're gonna assume that, I'm assuming the crank probably looks like that too. I don't know for sure, but I would assume so. I mean, if it got down in the camshaft, it whatever the rust is probably down in the crank too. So we'll tomorrow we'll come out here, we'll lift this thing up, cherry picker, and we'll tear the oil pan off and investigate what's going on there. So before I do go, I want to tell you, so I paid about $600 for this motor and transmission. That's the only reason I bought it, because it was $600 for motor and trainee, and with a full harness and computer and everything. So it was one of those things I just took a chance on it, hoping that the transmission was good, hoping that the motor was good. When I got home, I realized the motor wouldn't turn by hand. So, I kind of was like, whatever. I'm not worried about it. The transmission, if it works, it's worth that all day. So, anyway, we'll, for $600, I couldn't pass it up. It was such a good deal. So, and I'm sure some people got better deals out there, but for me, I thought that was a really good deal, because I couldn't find a 6.0 with a harness and computer and everything for, less than $1,000 hardly. So, anyway, so that's why I picked it up. But I don't know. We'll just rebuild it. I'm not too worried about it. If it's something serious, we'll just get a new crank, pistons, rods, everything. We'll just get the whole 9 yards if it's too bad. Maybe we can do, we're going to have to do some machine work. Obviously, it's pretty rusted in there, so we'll have to do a lot of cleaning and things like that. So I'm not too worried about it. But for now, I'm going to call it a night and be done with it for the night, because I'm worn out. But we'll finish it tomorrow. We'll get inside there and we'll see what it looks like. So make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, tell your buddies about this channel. See you guys on the next video. Thanks.